Niteitsi pui. I speak the native language.
Within our tribal languages are the secrets to our tribes. Our language, it's a very active language. It's a very verb-based language. Almost everything you talk about and describe is animate. Imagine what that does to a child's development as they move through life and grow up, speaking a language that is completely everything around you that you are speaking and seeing is alive. From the chair, to the dog, to the sky, to the trees around you. All of a sudden, you see everything around you as being alive. And that really does change a child's perspective. We see that in our kids at Cutswood. They are beautiful children. Why? Because they are looking at everything around them as alive.
It looks like it's going to rain.
In 1985, the majority of first language Blackfoot speakers were in their 60s, 60 and older. And that's where the movement came out of. If we don't do something about this, by 2010, we could be down to 1, 2, 3, 4 speakers left. And that is where we are at.
I like to teach children.
When we walk into the Cutswood School today, our kids are learning Blackfoot Sign Language, the Blackfoot language, they're learning the English language. So on a daily basis, they're being exposed to 3 languages. That's creating some very dynamic young children, and you can see it in their personalities. You do not need permission to speak your language. You do not need permission to teach your language. You just need to do it.
How many children we have that want to learn in this community? A lot of our people are gone that could teach all these kids. We're losing them. We need to start utilizing every speaker we have on this reservation.
We have to create new speakers. That's where the need came out of. And then as time went by, you began to see this momentum develop in the community where people wanted their children to learn the language. You had grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles who grew up hearing the language in their homes their entire lives and then woke up one day and it was gone. So when I walk in those doors every day, and I walk into Cutswood School and I see Diana Bird, one of our respected elders in our community, one of the last first language speakers, in her classroom, teaching young children, teaching her grandchild, it is very powerful to see that and to hear it. I walk into Charles Kennedy's room. The kids are playing games. They're doing coloring. There is just a lot going on.
The game's good for the students to interact with each other with the language, which really helps with the language, helps them with their communication skills in the language.
Every room you walk into, there is a lot of activity going on.
It's more visual learning type of teaching where the students are able to learn, repeat, and then also the students will be able to be the teachers.
That right there is going to be the success of our communities in the future. Because those kids eventually are going to grow up, return back to the community, become teachers, become council members, and they're going to make decisions that come from a point of view of inclusiveness, respect, and honor. Why? Because that's what the language is.
Our children feel good about themselves, their language is okay, they can continue, they can express themselves, they can tell them who they are, the people. You know, we don't need to hide anything anymore. That's who we are.